The police here, though very few, are quite efficient. Here I'm being stopped for a check on my driving license and on the car's documents.
Denne veien 5 minutter siden.
I have nothing but praise for the Norwegian police, the way they handle themselves. It's really good. This year, the morel mushrooms were late.
Classic morel.
There are some which are poisonous, these aren't. And again, endless time. This is the one going to Molde. I had quite an interesting appointment in the football stadium. Here is Oscar, who spends his time, quite a bit of time fishing. He said he hadn't caught anything there. And there is the football stadium itself, with Football Molde Supporters Club's van and my appointment office. You see right out on the pitch, and quite often the ball bangs against the window. The carving is progressing quite well. I'm enjoying it, but it's certainly time-consuming. Asbjørn Winstad came for a fishing trip, and we put out 5 long lines. The result was 2 very nice halibut, as you can see here coming in.
Den tatt bra? Ja. Den tatt ganske godt, ingen problem.
And an awful lot of cod and other fish. We reckon there was probably 150 kilos there. The seagulls were very thankful for...
Asbjørn is into a monster, a real monster. Yeah. Look at this go.
That big.
Torsk. Ja, største torsk av dagen. Ja.
Midweek, Anders needed someone to go with him down to Ålesund, and off we set. This is a most fantastic journey, with some very beautiful and scenic places on the way indeed.
Ganske liten kommune.
This is yet another council offices. How they managed to pay for all this, I don't know.
18. mai så skal jeg gi 1000 arbeider.
Ja.
Attics are fascinating places. I often look at these buildings and wonder who lives up there and what is up there. It's funny how the small details on buildings make so much difference. Ålesund is full of details. A toilet built into an bandstand. You can have an opapa while you're having an opapa.
Underground parking.
And statues everywhere. I love fish. Here in the middle of the town were masses of fish everywhere. Everything in towns like this is significant. I would love to know what that goose meant. Cafeteria in the middle of town. You go down the steps and then you go out through a door, and this is what you're greeted with a pontoon to sit on. One day perhaps I'll go up that winding path. Do seagulls like to sit on the head of statues because they are a good round place to sit, or are they making a statement? Some of the fish, which I saw from the docks, were very impressive. This is a wrasse, probably about 2 kilos. Many places in Norway are there on-living memories of the war. We met a gentleman called Joachim Runneberg. In fact, we met his man who was looking after him and had a very friendly chat. Here is a little bit of information about him. He also would have known my uncle. Here, it's a very small world. Norway is very keen on technology. The higher technology, the better. This is a most impressive machine. Sometimes the older ideas perhaps are better for us psychologically. Sitting on a ferry for 20 minutes, for instance, is a much better idea than zooming over a new bridge. Waiting for the ferry to mould at Vestnes. Again, I look down in the sea and look at this! I thought these were cod, but I'm probably wrong. But my God, they were a good size!
It's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see. Absolutely.
Well, it appears that someone has taken my comments on Facebook about burning rubbish seriously. Here you can see how seriously it is being taken. In 2 days' time I have a meeting with a politician and we are going to discuss the issue. Last week I mentioned I had a commission for some display cabinets and I managed to get the materials at Hustadvika Treverk. Not only that, but I was also offered use of their facilities, which frankly is astonishing and a fantastic gift. Yes, it is going to be expensive, but at the end of the day, do you mind paying for quality? The finished items. I have not done much work in MDF, but it makes a welcome change from solid timber. The clients were pleased enough to order more, so it was a success. Sunday, choir practice and a little chat, and the next thing is I was off for a long boat trip. This is a local lad who'd just been given this top-of-the-range water scooter, and apparently it will do 60 knots, which I understand is not far short of 70-80 miles an hour. Most impressive, and he was certainly having fun. So, as I said, choir practice at the marina. I suggested to Rolf that maybe we could take a little trip behind the islands and maybe go to Ålesund for some coffee. Well, we got to Ålesund and it was closed. So the next thing is Kristiansund, blow me down. 20 knots all the way, most impressive. And the boat and motor, very, very smooth indeed. Heading straight for a narrow passage at 20 knots is something which few people have the stomach for, but here, if you know your way around, it should be safe. So, most of us are equipped with the most up-to-date navigation equipment you can get. Here is the passage we took through the islands. There's Smørholm. As always, some fishermen on the prow. I've had some very good fish here in the past. This is a sand barge which sprung a leak. Apparently they beached it, and it's been there ever since the 70s. I was most surprised to see they'd actually got a very nice cod here. I've never had any fish here at all. Well, we decided to stop in at Torholmen Cafe Hotel for some coffee, but it was closed. So the next thing is, we were zooming in between yet more rocks, and I thought, that's not the time, is it? Yes, it was. And the lair of yet another one of the seaweed trawlers. We filmed this one a number of times. For you who are interested in such things, this is the route we took. Nearly all of it inland behind the islands to Kristiansund. Kristiansund at last. By now the batteries had run out on my Sony camera, and I thought that perhaps it was time to give the GoPro a go, particularly as it seems so high quality. And this is why I have included the GoPro pictures in the later part of this film. As you can see, the colour is quite remarkably better. The fact that you can't focus the camera, that it just has one picture size, doesn't seem to be a major problem. I'm, again, most impressed. This is actually, no, not yet, but I switched it up to K4, which is the highest resolution any camera goes these days. There we are, K4. It probably won't come out as K4 because most machines, televisions, computers don't display K4, but this is it. Pure indulgence on my part, but I just get such a buzz out of the sound of the motor, the sound of the wind sitting in the front of the boat with no motor. Just flying. It's like flying.